From the Bushlight Studios, this is ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris, Fort Smith.
Are you sure this is legal?
I don't know. It's fun though, isn't it?
Hey, come here. Come here. What's the problem?
Get off the field, Dad.
Why can't you hold on to the football?
Going to throw it here out in space on the screen to Jalen Brown, and he's wrapped up. Follow the ball, and it's recovered by Ole Miss.
So hard about holding on to it.
I'm sorry.
Joe, you're exactly right. The ball is punched out. There's no knee on the ground, no elbow yet. That's a fumble recovered by Memphis.
All you got to do is hold on to the football. You can't do it. Tell me why you can't do it. Just tell me.
Green under pressure and lost the football. It's on the turf. Who's got it? Tennessee has it.
I'll try better next time. Come on. Hey. Don't you walk away from me. Don't you walk away from me when I'm talking to you. You hear me?
Little option game to Russell. He's got some running room. He's inside the 15-yard line. Loose football. Tennessee says they have it. Arion Carter comes up with a loose football.
Tell me why you can't hold on to the ball. Come on.
Okay.
Embarrassing me out here.
From the Bushlight Studios, with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft, and produced by Colton Little, this is The Morning Rush.
I don't know how many artists that act in movies do good as a job as Tim McGraw did in Friday Night Lights. He was good. That was one of the scenes from the movie with Billy Bob Thornton. We can have the debate a little later on what's better, the series or the movie. The series was on NBC, but him and Garrett Hedlund, his son, who plays his son in the movie, obviously had a little disagreement on the practice field. He throws him down and stuff. And I was just thinking to myself, that's kind of a perfect comparison what Arkansas fans feel about their football program right now. Why can't you hold on to the football?
Colton, do we need to do that with Ty? Why can't you hold on to the dictionary? Why can't you get the sentences correct? Maybe we need to take that approach with you.
It would
start kicking windows out.
It would probably not
come in,
help.
throw you down on the floor in the studio, get your full undivided attention.
Just go to sleep to Merriam-Webster's being read
Yes.
every single night.
Why can't you get the most common cliche correct in the right context?
There's a lot of issues and a lot of things that go wrong. But
I'm glad we got to relive all the painful moments so far of this at the midway point of this season.
Fun start.
Thank you.
JT texted in here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Ty woke up with anger today. Josh chimes in immediately. He's listening to Harrison this morning. The movie is better than the TV show. Did you watch the TV show in its entirety?
I've obviously watched the movie, but not a lot of the
Colton,
TV
have you
show.
watched the TV show in its entirety?
TV show's a million times better, but that's just one man's opinion.
I really enjoy both. I don't know if I'd put one over the other. I think shows have the unfair advantage over a movie. A lot of times
they're all fake, though. You know.
Yeah,
We're talking about real life fumbles here with the Razorbacks.
Yeah, a lot of times.
Yes.
A lot of times the movie follows the show, and the movie isn't any good. But in this case, the TV series was based on the movie, and it is really good. Both are actually really good. I think that's rare when it comes to cinema and what is made out in Hollywood, or I guess wherever else it's made. The TV series, I don't know where the movie was shot. The TV series was shot in, I believe, a town outside of Austin, if I remember that right. I heard Glenn Powell talking about it. I've heard Taylor Kish talking about it. But
where are you headed with this? It's not Movie Review Tuesday, so where are we headed with this?
I was looking this morning at statistics, and I just thought that clip was funny from yesterday, and it timed up well. We mentioned this yesterday. Arkansas is 128th in fumbles lost. The next closest SEC team is 77. You've lost 6 fumbles on the season, 8 have you put on the ground. Any idea where A&M ranks in that category?
Obviously better.
Mm-hmm. They have not lost a fumble all year. They put 2 on the turf, got them both back. Turnover is going to play a key factor for Mike Elko's group, who comes in number 4 in the country, undefeated, similar, obviously, what Tennessee was last season. And just an area. Mike Elko actually got mad earlier at the media this year. It's like, y'all are acting like it's doom and gloom. We're undefeated, best start in like a decade. Texas A&M is a team that you have not had success against since they joined the Southeastern Conference. Tommy hadn't played these guys at home since 2013.
Oh, and let me add a little spice to the gumbo for you. Saturday, 80% chance of rain, high of 73 in Fayetteville. So when you look, let me see the hours of the day, because it's obviously a 2:30 game. Rain right now forecasted starting in the morning and ending before game time. So if that holds up, maybe it won't affect the game, but rain right now in the forecast. Hopefully it stays pregame. It'll ruin some tailgates, but maybe not ruin the game.
Well, and on that subject and on that note, as we're halfway through the season with 6 games and you've got one bye week remaining, you've got some really tough opponents down the stretch, some really good defenses like Texas and like Texas A&M and LSU as well. We just know that this is going to happen. People were talking about like Petrino's going to fix this. He's going to fix that. Is this something is this team even capable of holding on to the football? Like, do we need to have Taylon Green and some of the other players who fumble walk around campus with students? I know that was like the running joke in high school, and I don't know if some high school coaches still do this, but I remember that was something that was big back when I was high school. If someone fumbled the football, that would happen. I mean, what has to change in order for Arkansas to continue? Because they could have won. Like, I don't think we realize how close they were to winning on Saturday.
Now, hear me out on this, okay? Listen to me. Sometimes the extra half yard isn't worth it. Get down. You know, you think about the fumble at Memphis with Mike Washington. Did we need the extra foot and a half? Get down. Get on the ground with the ball in the most critical moments. I think, is it, and we want to win, we want to score, we're addicted to the goal line, we're addicted to the end zone. I get all that. But when you need a field goal like you did at Memphis, get down. Mm-hmm. You're in the middle of the field. You got a solid kicker. Get down on the ground. Mm-hmm. I see these fumbles, and hey, listen, I don't want my guys to quit fighting for a yard, but there's a difference when you get in the red zone. It becomes even more important, right? Now, the fumble by Taylon on Saturday, where his arm's at the top, man, that's an inch from going either way. I don't hold a lot. I don't put that in the same bucket as some of the ones we've seen elsewhere.
The others
right.
This year. Petrino talked about that a little bit yesterday.
The first fumble was simply not pass protection at all. It was a naked play. Unfortunately, it was to his left, and he's got to know that if I'm in a position where I am with that defensive end and the ball, I just got to tuck the ball in my left arm and get as much as I can. He's trying to overdo it and do a little bit too much. The other one was, was it in his hand when his arm went forward or was it not? That's a hard one to think. He thought he was going to make a big play, and I don't know. You saw the play, so there's only so much I can say, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a fraction of a second from being a forward pass. It's 50-50 call as it is, right? I don't know if it's as close as the Auburn-Georgia touchdown, but it was pretty close whether his arm got hit forward or whether he moved it forward, because the ball clearly went forward, right? So, that's a 50-50 play that just didn't go your way on that one. But I'm more concerned about the ones when you get in a scoring position, you've got to max protect on that ball somehow. And if that means you give up a yard, because like at the end of the Memphis game, end of a half, the clock is more important than the down and distance, unless it's fourth down, But so, I just think sometimes fighting for that extra yard, that extra half yard, it's innate. It's hard to tell people not to compete for that. But what's more important? At the end of the day, to win the war, you got to hang on to the football.
Brandon asking the question about the fumbles and turnovers in general. Do they not see these in practice, or are they just trying to do too much? Well, that's kind of what Tommy is insinuating.
How much contact is going on in practice? Mm-hmm. And particularly ones against ones. Arkansas has already put enough on film, and not that defenses aren't coming in trying to rake the ball, punch the ball. I mean, and I know you wanted some conversation about targeting yesterday on the one with Braylon, but that helmet hit right. I don't know what you can do other than get down. That's what and that's what leads me to this comment. Just get down, protect the ball, get down, get it in your belly, and get on the ground. Mm-hmm. And then you just minimize the risk of this happening. I think you've got to play it ultra safe until you get past this mental hurdle, this mental roadblock.
Russell's excited because now they're going to hold on to it even better since it's going to be wet on Saturday. But now say it one more time, whether it's going to be...
Well, right now, I mean, according to the Apple weather app, it's going to rain 5-6 o'clock in the morning up till about noon. Game's at 2:30. So if that forecast holds up to be correct, I mean, it's Tuesday, not Saturday. We'll know more as we get closer. If that's when the rain happens, it won't affect the game at all.
Well, we got Bruce Stan, Pradco Fishing, coming up. He's in his final day of Key West, so we'll get to our Pradco Pyramid of Power. Texas A&M is having its best season in quite a while. Mike Elko and company coming in as the number 4 team in the country. They're undefeated. They've got SEC wins. They've got a big win against Notre Dame. I want to get into that coming up.
All right, Lewis Automotive Group hotline open, 877-377-6963. Be sure to take the Hit That Line Now app, powered by Taco Bell with you. Whether you're craving something cheesy, saucy, or crunchy, Taco Bell has you covered. It's time for the opening drive.
What a win. What a performance in the fourth quarter for Mike Elko's Aggies.
And if you're Arkansas, another close loss. If you're a Razorback fan, you might be saying, here we go again, just like last year. Texas A&M, 21. Arkansas, 17. The Aggies win the final Southwest Classic at AT&T Stadium.
It's a school with a lot of resources, and they've got a good recruiting base when you're in the state of Texas, and they've done a nice job with it. And I think they got good players, and they've got experienced players up front. We're going to have to play good football to compete with them and have an opportunity to win the game in the fourth quarter.
This is the opening drive.
Is there a program in college football that does less with more than Texas A&M? You think about where that school is located. You think about the funding and where it stacks up not only against other SEC schools, but across collegiate sport. Tommy, they have one 10-plus win season since 2006. Johnny Manziel's first year. One. And I say first year is starting quarterback. Arkansas has 3 in that same time period. 3. I don't know if there's a program. This was a school last year that had its pathway to the SEC championship and went 8-5. Now, I think we as Razorback fans would take a lot of their 8-5 seasons comparatively what we've been through the last 10 or 15 or 10 to 12 years, whatever it's been. But I don't know if there's a college football program out there that does less with more than Texas A&M.
In most sports, not just football. I mean, this should be one that dominates in the SEC. Not as much as anyone can dominate in baseball. I mean, Texas is a huge baseball state. Basketball, I mean, I don't think it's their priority, but they're not a perennial power. So I tend to agree. The one area they've been good historically, women's basketball. Gary Blair.
And you think about like the latest dynamic with Jim Schlossnagle coaching his team in the College World Series, jumped ship to Austin a day or two later, berates that kid reporter for asking the question that everyone wanted to know. I mean, that kind of just shows you where Texas A&M is in the pecking order. Auburn has done more with a tougher program in the state, in Alabama, than Texas A&M has done with Texas.
Again, with the world we're now in, with portal and NIL and rev share now, I just don't think we can compare what happened in the Cam Newton era at Auburn to the way things are going to be moving forward. Money has always mattered. It matters now more than ever. And we're already seeing some of those shifts and alliances and the parity that it's created. I mean, we're sitting here 4 games into the SEC schedule. We're halfway through the college season. Tell me definitively who the best team in the SEC is right now.
It's really difficult. We'll find out.
And how long? 5-10 years ago, you would easily say
Alabama, Georgia, LSU,
and then you'd either have LSU or Georgia or Auburn in some years right behind that. Right now, there's 4 or 5 teams you could make a real case for to be the best team in this league.
Texas A&M has been screwing it up forever. It's always been that way. That's why it takes 3 Aggies to change a light bulb. Bruce in Nashville is waiting on our first Aggie joke of the week, and Bruce has chimed in on that. Speaking of Bruce, our other buddy, Bruce Stan, Pradco Fishing, now joins us here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Last day in Key West. Bruce, is there a program in college football that does less than more than Texas A&M?
Well, I mean, I think traditionally you're probably correct. They're getting it done this year, though. You got to give them credit. They went up and beat Notre Dame. They're undefeated. They might have figured it out with Mike Elko.
Do you think, Tommy, we were talking about Missouri and Ole Miss last week. Missouri ends up losing to Alabama. Ole Miss has got a big one in Georgia, in Athens this week in College Game Day. Between Ole Miss and Texas A&M, who do you think could burst through now that it looks like Missouri might have a little more difficult pathway losing to Bama?
Are you asking me if I had to bet on Ole Miss or A&M, which one? Is that what you're asking me? I would take Ole Miss. I trust Lane Kiffin, and I trust Ole Miss more than I do A&M, even though I think A&M right now, as we'll find out in a minute, might be the better team, at least in the moment.
Most balanced team that you've arguably played this season. Marcel Reed is going to be a tough quarterback. I mean, you've gone up against some really good ones. I feel like you're saying that each and every week. But just kind of looking at this game where they stack up, I don't believe Texas A&M has won any, to your point about the college overall, I don't think they've won a national championship since 39. So it's been a while.
So that's where we're at. All right, we'll get to our Pradco Pyramid of Power. That's our opening drive. It's brought to you by Arts Barbecue, Burgers, and more. It's a game day again this weekend. Get the smoked brisket queso. Back for another weekend. You can get some pre-ordered and ready to go to your tailgate or your home gate for this weekend. They chop up their brisket. They smoke up, or they take 6 different cheeses, cube it up, put it all in the smoker. It's got just an awesome flavor. They give you the chips, salsa, and the smoked queso. You can take it home with you, or you can go to Arts, and they'll give you a big heaping bowl of it with all the chips you need, and you can watch games there with TVs all around the restaurant. Plus, on Saturday, all burgers, including the Sloppy Pig Burger, are $1 off when you buy a burger on Saturday at Arts. Beer specials and more. Arts Barbecue, Rogers Avenue, 2 doors east of Lowe's, or call and place your order, 452-2550.
All right, Bruce, before we get into the Pradco Pyramid of Power, how was this weekend watching it with your significant other? Were there some verbal altercations after? How'd that go following Tennessee's win over Arkansas?
Oh, I think she's won enough where she wasn't too upset. She knows Arkansas is kind of in shambles right now with the coaching situation, and I think she was actually happy for me. I will say, don't try to watch Tennessee, Arkansas in Key West. SEC Network is not on the hotel package anywhere, and apparently we went to a 19 TV sports bar. They had Tennessee, Arkansas, on the paper like they do for the games, and they didn't have the network, so we had to watch it on YouTube TV on our phones. So it was a lot of upset hog. There was actually Hog and Tennessee fans in the sports bar wanting to see the game, and they were all disappointed.
Well, now we know. All right, let's get into our Pradco Pyramid of Power.
LearNet.com, LearNet.com, LearNet.com. There you
Chrome
go.
Blackback, Chrome Blackback, Chrome Blackback.
Who are the best football teams in the SEC? Let's find out.
Perhaps I could be of some assistance.
This is the Pradco Pyramid of Power.
I don't know if you heard us a few minutes ago, Bruce, but I mean, there's really 4 or 5 teams. A&M's amongst them. Ole Miss is amongst them. Bama's right there. I mean, the parity in college football is probably greater than it's ever been right now, and that's where we're at. I start with Alabama this week. A new number 1. They beat Missouri 27-24. They play Tennessee Saturday. I got Alabama at the top of the Pradco Pyramid of Power.
Yeah, I just had to go A&M.
Okay.
They're 6-0. They're undefeated. They took care of Florida 34-17, which could have been a trap game. Jimbo buyout looks better by the day. Here's the deal, though. A&M's got 3 straight road games. That's pretty tough SEC schedule. They come to Fayetteville, Como, and Baton Rouge. If they win those 3, they're probably headed to the playoffs, but we'll see.
All right, I got A&M at number 2. A lot of the same reasons you just gave. I'm going to assume you have Bama at 2, or you go elsewhere?
I have Bama at 2. They took care of Mizzou last week. Ty Simpson looks great, and they really look balanced as Jam Miller came back at running back.
I had Ole Miss at number 1 last week. I dropped them to 3. Even though they beat Washington State, they struggled for 2.5, 3 quarters in that game. We'll find out more. They got Georgia Saturday. They may move back up, but I got Ole Miss at number 3.
Yeah, I flipped with you again.
We lose, Bruce? I got Ole Miss at 3. I wouldn't.
Auburn, but instead of going down 17-0, they came back going 20-10. That's what they do, unless they're playing Alabama.
All right, we lost you for a second. So you got Georgia at 3?
Yes, Georgia at 3.
I got Georgia at 4 after beating Auburn and getting a free timeout. Kirby ought to get fined for that, but I got Georgia at 4. So you have Ole Miss at 4? I think his cell service down in the Keys is a little wonky. I don't know. I'm going to assume he's got Ole Miss at 4. Yeah, we lost him. I got Tennessee at number 5. They're 5-1. They beat the Razorbacks this weekend. Were they looking ahead to Bama? I don't know. We'll find out. But how Tennessee plays against Bama this weekend is going to be, the telltale of their season. That'll be their second loss. And there's going to be some teams at the top that are undefeated in the league or one-loss teams that start separating this weekend. So I got Tennessee at 5. So Bama 1, A&M 2, Ole Miss 3, Georgia 4, Tennessee 5. I went ahead and put LSU at number 6. They beat South Carolina 20-10. They got a strong matchup with Vanderbilt this Saturday in Nashville.
Vandy is favored.
And that's some, so I'm going to put LSU there. So just outside, I got Texas, Vandy, Missouri, and OU. OU only scored 6 points in their loss to Texas. Had them in the top 6 last week. Had to slide them out after the loss in the putrid offensive performance. So that's my Pradco Pyramid of Power. Alabama, A&M, Ole Miss, Georgia, Tennessee, LSU. Ty, where was it right? Where was it wrong?
I have Alabama above Texas A&M like you did. I know Ole Miss is undefeated, but I think Georgia's win looked better than theirs, so I would put Georgia, and I just think they're going to beat Ole Miss this weekend. And yeah, Tennessee got a win. LSU's was ugly, but I don't have an issue how you finished it out.
All right, so that's our Pradco Pyramid of Power. Hoping we get Bruce back. We're about to run out of time here, but Bruce, I think we lost you. We got about 30 seconds here. You can tell us what's working right now, what you need to tie on. We got about 25 seconds.
Yeah, well, if you're fishing for crappie, Bobby Garland baby sad and monkey milk, a lot of the crappie on the river system are probably 10 to 12 feet right now. Got it from a lot of sources. So Bobby Garland baby sad and monkey milk, go get them.
All right, man, enjoy the Keys. Hope to see you next week here in the studio.
All right, thank y'all.
All right, that's the Pradco Pyramid of Power.
Hog update coming up. Heard from Bobby Petrino yesterday. The upcoming matchup against the Texas A&M Aggies, plus some news with SEC basketball. We'll touch on that when we come back.
ESPN bracketologist Joe Lenardi here with my favorite number 1 seed, the Morning Rush.
Hey, this is Chad Warner, product manager for Booyah Bait Company in Fort Smith, Arkansas. The hottest swim jig on the Arkansas River right now is the Booyah Mobster. It was designed by the Muddy Water Mob, a bunch of river rats from Arkansas and Oklahoma, and it's winning tournaments on Dardanelle and Kerr like clockwork. If you're fishing submerged vegetation, water willow, lily pads, you need a Booyah Mobster to reel them in. Available at lurenet.com and tackle stores throughout Arkansas and Oklahoma, the Booyah Mobster.
Hog fans, this is Robert.
And this is Matt.
This is Elizabeth, and we want to introduce the newest member to the Mann family, Raleigh.
Hello, 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 and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
Raleigh, you're not really new to the family or the Stadium Shop.
Yeah, I've been around a few years, and I can say it's awesome to be a part of the only family, alumni, and locally owned Razorback store in Arkansas.
You mean the largest Razorback store south of the North Pole.
And thank goodness we are the largest because we've been receiving so much new stuff lately, like the new Nike jerseys and sideline apparel, as well as your favorite brands like Champion, Tommy Bahama, and Cutter and Buck, and just way too much stuff to mention here.
Hey, Raleigh, what state's famous for their small drinks?
Raleigh don't.
Matt, I gotta try. What state is famous for the smallest drinks?
Minnesota.
See, I told you.
Yeah, his dad jokes are so legendary.
Anyway, stop by the store at 989 South Razorback Road next time you're in Fayetteville.
Or call us at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Or shop the Googleator Facegram interweb page.
Dad, it's called a website, and it's shoponrazorback.com. Folks, it just does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs!
It feels dirty. I feel used.
Yeah.
Feel used.
Yeah, for the first time in your life. Yeah.
This is the Morning Rush.
How could I possibly be expected to handle work on a day like this? Take a day off and check out the certified pre-owned rides at Rath Auto Resources. All this month, take advantage of huge discounts on our road-ready certified pre-owned vehicles, inspected, reconditioned, and backed by a comprehensive warranty. So choice. I highly recommend picking one up. Life moves pretty fast, so stop and look around at Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Tassin Avenue, Fort Smith, rathautofortsmith.com. You're still here? The ad's over.
Hey, Tuesdays is a great day to stop by Papa's Pub and Pizzeria. I know everyone thinks tacos on Tuesday, Brooklyn, but you guys have taco pizzas on special as well, plus some special drink prices on Mexican beers.
Yes, we have our $1 off Mexican imports, $2 off margaritas, $1 off when wearing a Papa's t-shirt.
How many Papa's Pub t-shirts do you have?
Quite a bit right now in stock.
Come on by and see us at 508 Garrison Avenue in downtown Fort Smith. Papa's Pub and Pizzeria, the best darn pizza in Fort Smith, perhaps the world.
Poto Balloon Fest, Friday and Saturday, October 17th and 18th. Oklahoma's longest running balloon festival. Balloon monster truck, helicopter, and carnival rides. Balloon glows each night. ACBS competition. Fireworks, food trucks, craft vendors. Poto's Balloon Fest. Poto Balloon Fest, Friday and Saturday, October 17th and 18th. Oklahoma's longest running balloon festival. Balloon monster truck, helicopter, and carnival rides. Balloon glows each night. ACBS competition. Fireworks, food trucks, craft vendors. Poto's Balloon Fest.
Have you had Cheerwine yet? The cherry flavor soda has had people coming back since 1917. This is RD with Platinum Distributing. We help bring Cheerwine to the River Valley for you to try. Nothing goes with food like Cheerwine. Burgers, barbecue, pizza, you name it. Okay, now we're hungry and thirsty. Cheerwine is a one-of-kind soft drink with a unique cherry taste that has been delighting Southerners for more than a century. Pick up Cheerwine at your local Jam Mart, Harps, and other fine establishments. Cheerwine, uniquely Southern since 1917.
Celebrate your pastor at the Solid Rock this month. October is Pastor Appreciation Month, and to help you celebrate, the Solid Rock is giving you a $5 gift card to give to your pastor with any purchase of $50 or more. And while you're there, be sure to check out the wonderful assortment of items that would make great Pastor Appreciation gifts. Celebrate Pastor Appreciation Month at the Solid Rock, the store that honors Christ all year long, off South 74th near Sam's Club.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
If you or a loved one experienced emotional distress due to slow internet 25 years ago, Taco Bell believes you're entitled to a delicious escape. The Cool Ranch Doritos Locos Tacos, 7-layer burrito, caramel apple empanada, and more. All $3 or less. Claim 5 returning faves and relive what you love from the 2000s. If you already suffered dial-up, don't wait any longer. Experience Taco Bell's Decades Y2K menu now. At participating stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Price of participation vary. Tax extra.
Are you tired of bulky, embarrassing dentures? At River Valley Smile Center, we offer fixed hybrid dentures, a permanent solution that looks and feels more natural than traditional dentures. They're secure, comfortable, and never come out. Most procedures can be completed right here in our office with sedation. No need for referrals. With state-of-the-art facilities, advanced techniques, and digital workflow, we provide the best possible outcomes. Financing is also available. Call us at River Valley Smile Center today at 479-646-0706 or visit us at rivervalleysmiles.com.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
There's only one Razorback.
Uncle Tommy loves the Razorbacks.
Razorback fans, let's stand up and call those.
107 down.
This one belongs to the Razorbacks. Ball's on the ground, picked up by Colin. Alex has got room.
This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Need a licensed electrician to service your home? For one of their local pros, call 888-8-SPARKY.
William's doing good. He's okay. Okie will be out for a little bit. Andreas, unfortunately, had to have a surgery, so he's out for the year. And I'm not sure about Scanlett yet. You know, he tried to go last week. He made a couple periods in practice. We thought he was going to be available, and then he wasn't able to finish the practice the next day, so he ended up on that. But, you know, there is a possibility that he could be back and ready to go.
Arkansas had several guys listed as out leading up to this game against Tennessee. Curious to what that looks like for certain guys like Caleb Wooden and David Oakey and some of the players that Bobby Vitrino's talked about. Tough to lose Andreas Pochka for the year, who factored into the tight end position. Not necessarily a huge pass-catching threat, but definitely contributed in some of the run blocking and whatnot. But maybe the bigger injury headline heading into this game doesn't look like A&M's going to have Le'Veon Moss.
If that holds up, that's a big plus for Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you know, they still have Marcel Reed. Last time I checked, he's going to play.
Ruben Owens, yeah.
And they still have an arsenal in their backfield. But how they defensively approach A&M this week, how much pressure and how much blitzing they do, I'm really interested to see. And can Arkansas's offensive line keep those animals that they've got up front? I mean, they have maybe the best defensive line in the SEC, one of the top in the country. How well they protect Taylor Green this week. This is going to be perhaps the greatest challenge of the season in pass protection.
21 sacks that Texas A&M has gotten this year, and they're like top 10 in tackles for loss too.
Yeah,
through halfway the season. So Texas A&M's really potent defensive line that's going to be coming after Taylor. You talked about Marcel Reed, Coach Petrino used to be his coordinator.
Marcel, I know well. He was in the meeting room with me every single day, his redshirt year, and he's got tremendous quickness, tremendous speed. He's kind of a playmaker, not your normal just drop back, stay in the pocket and throw the ball. He moves around, makes plays. He can buy time and make plays, and that's a scary part of it is when he moves around and keeps his eyes downfield.
It is,
and that's what I'm talking about. You get pressure, you get home, and then he escapes, and then he gets loose around one of the ends or finds a crease. We see Taylor Green do it. This guy's faster than Taylor, I believe.
Yeah,
he's shifty. He's lower to the ground. I know you want to sack the quarterback a bunch. You couldn't get to him last week against Aguilar in Tennessee. I'm not so sure rushing 3 and dropping 8 isn't the secret this week. Just to keep him in the pocket.
I don't know.
Contain the edges. Keep the corners hemmed in because he gets an open field. You're toast.
I know Tennessee had the best offensive line, at least statistically, in the SEC. I don't know where A&M's ranks, but Reed has gotten better as a passer. He's better than the player that he played in College Station, not College Station, in AT&T Stadium last year. So definitely an opponent. But we've talked. I mean, you didn't think Chambliss was going to be that difficult, and he was. I know
you weren't even playing. I mean, you thought you might play him, but with Simmons had the ankle and couldn't go. I mean, you weren't even sure what quarterback you were going to play that week.
Lewis had a much better rushing game against Arkansas for Memphis than he did passing. C.J. Carr didn't really have to do much because Love and the other kid who I'm blanking on, Price, just took care of business. And then Aguilar had a good game, not a great game, but they just rushed the football. So you would hope that you can make Marcel Reed beat you through the air, even though he's improved as a passer.
Question is, are you going to be able to run the ball as effectively as you did against Tennessee? And
answer is probably no.
Well, and I don't know that you're going to get, 264 net this past Saturday. I don't know that you're going to be able to do that, but can you get Washington and Russell into the holes, find a crease, and get you? They averaged 5.6 or 5 point something last week. Man, if you can be anywhere close to that, you're going to be in the ball game.
Yep. All right, that is your Hog Update here on a Tuesday, brought to you by our friends at Mr. Sparky.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
National Dessert Day. First thing that pops in your head.
Peach pie.
Peach pie. Colton?
Apple pie.
Same
ice cream.
Milkshake. Go with milkshake. Ask our buddy.
Really a dessert?
A milkshake?
That's not really a dessert.
What do you call it?
A milkshake.
I think it's a dessert.
No.
What do
David Rath's with us, Rath Auto Resources. He can break that. Is a milkshake a dessert? David? There's your answer.
I would
No.
probably lean toward yes, but I don't know. You can get it like with a combo.
David's-
Like you
Yeah,
can get it like as your drink. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It's-
I mean,
it's a
milkshakes are
toss-up,
great.
dude.
I'm not anti-milkshake. I wouldn't put them in the dessert list.
You got to chew it.
Yeah.
Yeah, dessert. Maybe that's the
So we're
qualifier.
split.
Maybe it's dessert if you have to chew it.
We're split. We're split in the morning rush. Well, you can ask David about milkshakes. You can ask David about cars, especially those Mitsubishis, which, David, I feel like I see high interest rates everywhere except at Rath Mitsubishi and Rath Auto Resources. 0% on brand new Mitsubishis for 60 months. It's hard to find a deal like that, man.
Man, that's the best incentive we've had on the new car side. It's at least been this year, and maybe across the board. I mean, we've had that franchise. We've been a Mitsubishi dealer for going on 6 years now, I guess. And I don't think we've ever seen 0% on everything. They'll highlight one model or something like that, but 0% on the entire product line with approved credit. So that's a really, really stout incentive. They really came ready to play on that one. So yeah, we're really excited about that. We're selling a lot of them. Trying to keep them in stock. Just got another truck ordered, so they're coming and going pretty fast. But we got a good selection of them out there and more on the way. So if anybody's even halfway interested, and a lot of people haven't even driven those, the smaller brand, And it's not necessarily the first thing a lot of people think of, but if you're in the market at all for a good fuel saver SUV or good family vehicle or anything like that, we've got a lot of great options. Outlander's just an excellent product. And that 0% makes it hard to say no to, man. So it's certainly worth checking out and putting on the list of cars you're looking at if you're getting started.
That's Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale and Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith, and a milkshake man that he considers a dessert. David, thank you for backing me up. You're a good friend as well.
You got it, dude.
All right, that's David Rath with Rath Mitsubishi. All right, coming up here on the Morning Rush are you going to make that the question now? Since you've sparked the debate?
We got to do something.
We got something else. Okay, we'll get into something else. For those that don't know, it's National Dessert Day. I stand that milkshakes are desserts. I want to also get into some firings that have happened. We've talked about James Franklin a little bit. Titans let go of Brian Callahan. We got that to get to coming up.
Hog fans, this is Robert.
And this is Matt.
This is Elizabeth, and we want to introduce the newest member to the Mann family, Raleigh.
Hello, 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 and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
Raleigh, you're not really new to the family or the Stadium Shop.
Yeah, I've been around a few years, and I can say it's awesome to be a part of the only family, alumni, and locally owned Razorback store in Arkansas.
You mean the largest Razorback store south of the North Pole.
And thank goodness we are the largest, because we've been receiving so much new stuff lately, like the new Nike jerseys and sideline apparel, as well as your favorite brands like Champion, Tommy Bahama, and Cutter and Buck, and just way too much stuff to mention here.
Hey, Raleigh, what state's famous for their small drinks?
Raleigh don't.
Matt, I gotta try. What state is famous for the smallest drinks?
Minnesota.
See, I told you.
Yeah, his dad jokes are so legendary.
Anyway, stop by the store at 989 South Razorback Road next time you're in Fayetteville.
Or call us at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Or shop the Googleator, Facegram, interweb page.
Dad, it's called a website, and it's shop on Razorback.com. Folks, it just does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs!
Today you're going to follow Jesus. And by 10 o'clock, I still want to follow Jesus, but I also want to slap the hell out of somebody.
This is the Morning Rush. Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacale.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner. Man, this takes me back to the 2000s.
All your Y2K favorites are back for only $3 or less. Only at Taco Bell.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge. And when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
Does your Razorback closet need an upgrade? The University of Arkansas Game Day Collection is what you're looking for, only at Roback.com. They've custom designed the best hoodies, polos, and Q-zips for your school. Go check out this and more at Roback.com, and don't forget to use our link for 20% off. Use code RUSH25 at checkout on Roback.com for 20% off your first order. That's RHOBACK.com. 20% off all hoodies, joggers, and more with Rush 25. Roback, where action meets comfort.
Get 20% off on your first order with the code RUSH25.
You don't always win your first bet. That's why MyBookie has you covered. Use our code HOGS, HOGS, and your first bet up to $500 is fully covered. If your pick doesn't hit, you get it right back with our Bet Back bonus. Go to mybookie.ag and use the code HOGS to claim your Bet Back bonus. MyBookie's where bettors win together because bragging's good, but cashing in is better. And your first bet is fully covered. Use our code HOGS.
Must opt in during the bet to use the Bet Back bonus.
Dad, the driver looks dirty. Ew, yucky, Daddy.
Hey, don't worry, boys. That's what we do best. At My Dreams Mo Wash, we make homes, businesses, and even big industrial spaces shine like new.
So you can clean houses and big buildings?
That's right. Residential, commercial, or industrial. No job's too big or too small. Call My Dreams Mo Wash today at 479-763-5561 or visit mjmowash.com.
My Junior's Mobile Wash. One call cleans it all.
Neil Young is getting old, searching for a heart of gold. His only number one song is the number one thing most people get wrong. We tend to think we're as good as gold, but in Jeremiah 17:9 it's told, the human heart is desperately wicked right from the start. The Holy Spirit will rip you apart, but then give you a new heart. Mine for the treasure of Jesus written in the scrolls. Otherwise, you're chasing fool's gold. I'm Pastor Heath from Woodland. Read about it.
Things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Christian's Place in Lowell online at carpathsocial.com.
There are only 3 teams left in the SEC that have no losses in Southeastern Conference play. Yeah, Alabama's lost a game, but they're 3-0, along with Texas A&M at 3-0 and Ole Miss 3-0 going into this weekend. Alabama plays Tennessee. A&M, of course, plays the Razorbacks, and Ole Miss plays Georgia. Morning Rush Daily Question brought to you by Cart Pass Social. How many undefeated SEC teams in conference play will we have come late Saturday night?
2. I don't see Alabama losing at home to Tennessee, and I don't see Arkansas beating A&M. But I do see Georgia, who's played a little better defensively, like they should with that talent, defeating Ole Miss, even though that's going to be a great game. I'm really excited. That'll be the best team Chambliss has played all year. He's the darling. I know he didn't have a great game last week against Washington State. Lane Kiffin and them are right on the brink once again, and they beat Georgia last year at home. We'll see if they can do it in Athens, where that place is going to be rocking.
Huge game for the one-loss teams, or huge weekend for the one-loss teams. You know, Georgia, you mentioned them playing Ole Miss. They're 3-1. They want to stay really in the championship race in this league. They have to win. LSU's an underdog in Nashville to Vanderbilt. They're 2-1.
Isn't that wild?
A huge game.
Tennessee and Bama, you mentioned them. They're 2-1. Texas, after beating OU, is 1-1 now heading into this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Ole Miss plays Georgia. Who does OU play? I didn't write that down.
Oklahoma plays South Carolina.
South Carolina.
Yep. In Columbia.
They're 1-1, and Vandy playing LSU is 1-1 as well. So big weekend for the one-loss teams in this league. There's 7 teams with one loss at this point. Georgia kind of leads those because they've played. This will be their 5th SEC game this weekend.
Mm-hmm. Guy and Harrison hoping that 0 teams come out of this weekend undefeated in this SEC. He wants Bama to lose. He wants Texas A&M, of course, to lose, and he wants Ole Miss to lose. Being Clarksville thinks Ole Miss is a phony. You think about the competition Ole Miss has played to this point. LSU, you can make a case for defensively. They just hadn't been the same offensive team that people were expected, but maybe the best team that they played, and especially to have to do it on the road in an atmosphere that they haven't experienced yet this fall.
Anybody's going to go? Auburn, Kentucky, Arkansas, Mississippi State all winless in the league. Arkansas probably not, none of those teams are going to be favored. Texas plays Kentucky. Arkansas, of course, plays A&M this weekend. Auburn this weekend plays Missouri. And Mississippi State this weekend, let me find them.
Florida.
They play Florida.
I would say the Florida. That game's in Gainesville, Mississippi State. That could be all she wrote for Billy Napier if they lose at home to Mississippi State. Team did galvanize and come together a couple weeks ago against Texas, but if you said, Ty, you got to pick one, I would pick that game. Even over, I know Auburn's playing that game at home against Missouri, but I think Eli Drinkwitz and company bounced back after a tough loss to Alabama this past week.
All right, we'll ask all you guys out there. You can text us your answers or call us on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline at 877-377-6963. How many undefeated teams in SEC play following this weekend. That is brought to you by Cart Pass Social.
And real quick note on Auburn. First time in SEC history that they've started. I heard this yesterday on a Birmingham station. My buddy Conrad was talking about it. First time in SEC history they've started 3 straight years 0-3 in the SEC under Hugh Freeze. All right, Cart Pass Social, number one place for indoor golf in all of Arkansas. League play has begun. I know Christian Olsen, Nate Gearhan have been really excited to have people swing by Monday through Friday, play all these different courses, compete via handicaps, and it's a lot of fun. I know Bart's at Big Creek Country Club right now doing his thing. You can play courses all over the country, major events that you'll never pay to play. You're not going to pay $700 or $800 to actually get on, but you'll pay $40, $50 at Cart Pass Social, easy. And they've got cheaper weekday deals as well. 122 Grant Place in Lowell, the number one indoor golf facility in all of Arkansas. Plus, it's BYOB. You can bring your own food. You can bring your own drink. They've got TVs everywhere. A great place to watch college football and the NFL. It's Cart Pass Social.
So you think you could beat Bart? Could you break 90? Let me back up. He's trying to break 90 at Big Creek. I don't know what sets of tees he's playing. I don't know if we're following all the rules of golf today, but you think you could break 90 at Big Creek? You played there.
I have. I don't think so. I really don't.
Your game is improved. I mean, we played that scramble last week.
It's better.
You got yourself in a new set of clubs. You're hitting the ball better.
I'm an 18 handicap now. I'd like to get it closer to like 16 or 15 by the end of the year. I don't know if I'll be able to do that with football, but yeah, it's better. It's still not good. But I know my limits. When it comes to my golf skill, I would have to get strokes if we played, and I could break 100 at Big Creek. I couldn't break 90. I didn't play that
I think
court.
you could break 90.
You think so?
Yeah.
You got more confidence.
Not a ton of out of bounds. There's a little bit of water. I think you could get around there.
I don't know, because I think Clay would heckle me, and I would get flustered, and I don't know if I could do it.
I'm kind of either feast or famine at that course.
You play really good or really bad?
Yeah, I mean, I'll either shoot 75 or 85. There's not much in between. I did shoot a 75 there this summer, but I was like on a heater. I mean, like every one of my approach shots were 8 feet from the pin.
I love golf. It's so much fun. I wish my dad would play. I've tried to convince him to, but he just won't do it.
A guy from Harrison says Ty can't break 90 at Big Creek, but you guys shot a 48.
Oh,
well, that was a scramble.
Yeah.
It was a scramble, plus, we spent several $100s to
mulligans,
move around, mulligans, all this stuff.
I
contributed. We wouldn't say we shot a legitimate 48.
Yeah, I contributed one.
It was a fundraising tournament,
a birdie putt. That's all I can.
You did make an 8-footer that we needed.
Yeah, we need. Listen, when you need it, I'm there for you most of the time. Not really at all. We didn't necessarily win any money, but we did get those cool. Do you call them cornhole or bago?
Cornhole.
Okay, good.
Got Razorback. I mean, these are very nice. Very nice cornhole set with Razorback stuff on the boards. I hadn't unboxed mine.
I haven't. Mine is sitting outside, ready to be used as the.
You set them up?
No.
You've unboxed them, or you just still in the box?
They're sitting outside in the box right now.
I'm still in the garage in the box, but it's coming soon.
No.
I may take them to the River House. That'd be a good place for them.
Just keep them up
there.
Got
a good spot up there. We can get out there and toss the bags out in the yard. So,
not a bad idea. Hey, the big storyline in the NFL yesterday. Two upsets last night on Monday Night Football: Falcons and the Bears won, but also the Titans fired Brian Callahan.
Yeah, I said this before, and I'm going to say this again. The NFL is a good business, but at the same time, it's a tough and unforgiving business. There are days where this game brings us great joy. There's also days where it's tough.
He goes on, that's the GM, talking about the character and how good of a coach Callahan is. 3-14 last year, 1-5 this season. Tommy, that's not what I wanted to get into. The funny part, there's a season ticket account executive. Apparently his name's Dan. So you had people in Nashville that told this guy they would buy season tickets as soon as Callahan is fired.
Okay.
He, since the firing, started retexting all the people that told him to.
Yeah. Smart.
And immediately said, like, a lot of people didn't save his number. He would say, like, hey, this is Dan from the new stadium team. You told me I'm in if Brian Callahan is fired. And he listed the date and the time of when he told it. For those that don't know, Nashville's getting a new stadium. It's not Bridgestone. Why am I blanking? A Nissan Stadium. They're doing away with that, and it's going to be
building a dome, aren't they?
Yeah, it's going to be like what's going on in Buffalo. What's AT&T Stadium and
Atlanta.
Atlanta.
There's going to be a big business rivalry between Nashville and Atlanta for who gets the big events moving forward. They're getting ready to be big competitors because who's more centrally located in the SEC?
Nashville.
Nashville.
And
and the only thing holding them back is their airport.
And B&A has expanded a lot.
But not a lot of direct flights there.
And it's not Atlanta. It's not
Atlanta. You can get to Atlanta from anywhere in the world nonstop. So once they figure that piece out, Nashville's going to be, where would you rather go? Downtown Atlanta or downtown Nashville?
Nashville, Tennessee,
of course.
baby. You got Bridgestone right on the strip.
They get a real arena, a real dome, a real football facility. Woo.
Speaking of that, we need to get you.
Team.
Yeah. They've been said that is the worst run franchise potentially, even worse than like the Jets. You let go of Vrabel, and I think it's Amy Adams Strunk, if I remember that correctly. I remember being there in Nashville covering the team, thinking to myself, man, this is not a well-run organization whatsoever. We need to, speaking of Nashville, we need to get you to a hockey game. You mentioned
I'd love to go.
Hockey games.
Won't fight you at all on that deal.
Now, help me on this. You've got a trip. We're in Minnesota. What is the next trip you've got? I remember you talking.
Got to go to New York next week for 2 days.
Rangers.
I've already looked. They're not playing any of the nights.
New Jersey Devils either. You couldn't.
I didn't look at the Devils.
Okay,
or the Islanders.
Or the Islanders. Did you just look at the Rangers?
I just looked at the Rangers.
Okay.
If I'm going to go, let's go to MSG.
Yeah,
okay, that's fair. That's.
I don't have to ride the train to the game by myself. I'm going solo. True business trip here. So wandering that far from home base might be a little out of my comfort zone in New York City.
Not going to New Jersey for that hockey game.
I guess I could call my man Fuchs up there and see if he wanted to.
David would go with you.
Chaperone me.
How do you think he's doing with the whole Penn State thing after James?
Well,
Franklin?
you're either.
For those who don't know, former Morning Rush producer, Penn State grad, loves the Nittany Lions.
Lives there in Manhattan and actually just across the river in Jersey. But to go from playoff last year, play away from national title, 3-0 start to you fired your coach. Holy moly!
But Tommy, according to Pat Kraft, their athletics director, it wasn't because of the 3-game losing streak.
You take data, right? This is not a 3-game thing.
It wasn't. It's what you said yesterday. It is a 3-game.
Every
thing.
Power 4 coach is a 3-game losing streak from being fired. Name me one.
We said it yesterday. Smart and Day. Day's coming off a national championship. Smart.
But they were ready to fire him last year.
Mm-hmm.
And then he just says, I'll show you. We'll win the national title.
It helps when you have the talent that they have.
Having
Quinshon Judkins is a
I'm not saying Kirby would be fired if they lost 3 in a row, but there'd be a faction of the fan base calling for it. Mm-hmm. Same thing with Day. Same exact thing.
It's wild.
But there's a lot of coaches there's some right now, like our guy down in Florida, Sunbelt Billy. He's maybe a 1-game losing streak away from
telling you,
being gonzo.
If they lose to Mississippi State this weekend, would not be surprised at all if there was a change made.
Hey, the number one aggregates company around is APAC and Standard Materials Group. Whether it's ready-mix concrete brought to your job site, asphalt, aggregates of any kind, whether it's the big stuff like boulders to riprap down to gravel and whatever you need, they can take care of all the materials you need to get your job site on schedule and on time. Plus, they can help you schedule that out. Trucking and logistics, drone capabilities, engineering and surveying capabilities, all available with full construction consultant services with APAC and Standard Materials Group. 479-587-3300 is the number. 587-3300 for APAC and Standard Materials Group.
Hour 2 coming up. We'll hear from Tom Murphy what he thought about Bobby Vitrino's presser yesterday.
Hey, this is Chad Warner, product manager for Booyah Bait Company in Fort Smith, Arkansas. The hottest swim jig on the Arkansas River right now is the Booyah Mobster. It was designed by the Muddy Water Mob, a bunch of river rats from Arkansas and Oklahoma, and it's winning tournaments on Dardanelle and Kerr like clockwork. If you're fishing submerged vegetation, water willow, lily pads, you need a Booyah Mobster to reel them in. Available at lurenet.com and tackle stores throughout Arkansas and Oklahoma, the Booyah Mobster.
Hog fans, this is Robert.
And this is Matt.
This is Elizabeth, and we want to introduce the newest member to the Mann family, Raleigh.
Hello, 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 and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
Raleigh, you're not really new to the family or the Stadium Shop.
Yeah, I've been around a few years, and I can say it's awesome to be a part of the only family, alumni, and locally owned Razorback store in Arkansas.
You mean the largest Razorback store south of the North Pole.
And thank goodness we are the largest because we've been receiving so much new stuff lately, like the new Nike jerseys and sideline apparel, as well as your favorite brands like Champion, Tommy Bahama, and Cutter and Buck, and just way too much stuff to mention here.
Hey, Raleigh, what state's famous for their small drinks?
Raleigh don't.
Matt, I gotta try. What state is famous for the smallest drinks?
Minnesota.
See, I told you.
Yeah, his dad jokes are so legendary.
Anyway, stop by the store at 989 South Razorback Road next time you're in Fayetteville.
Or call us at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Or shop the Googleator Facegram interweb page.
Dad, it's called a website, and it's shoponrazorback.com. Folks, it just does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs!
The Mega Millions jackpot from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery is now more than $500 million. So, what would you do if you won?
The first thing I'd do if I became a millionaire is, call my mom.
I would buy my mother a Maserati.
I definitely would buy a jet. Got your ticket? If not, visit your local lottery retailer for your chance to win the Mega Millions jackpot of more than $500 million. This is winning. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
This is the Morning Rush.
How could I possibly be expected to handle work on a day like this? Take a day off and check out the certified pre-owned rides at Rath Auto Resources. All this month, take advantage of huge discounts on our road-ready certified pre-owned vehicles, inspected, reconditioned, and backed by a comprehensive warranty. So choice. I highly recommend picking one up. Life moves pretty fast, so stop and look around at Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, rathautofortsmith.com. You're still here? The ad's over.
Artie's Original Bag is back, now with even more full-size sandwiches. Choose any two. The new spicy chicken sandwich, hot ham and cheese, hand-breaded chicken tender wrap, or charbroiled double cheeseburger. Mix and match any two. With fries and a drink, just $6.99. Why settle for junior burgers? Get big savings on full-size goodness in Hardee's country. Download the app and join my rewards for special offers. These items only, tax not included. Price and participation may vary. See app for terms.
Colorworks Paint and Body in Barling offers professional automotive painting, bodywork, and fabrication that is unsurpassed in talent and dedication. Owner Andy Harrod uses the latest in collision repair technology to ensure all damage is addressed, whether it's visible or hidden, and works with all insurance companies. Andy and his crew have the experience and commitment to give you complete trust in the repair of your vehicle, no matter the size of the job. Colorworks is located at 1206 Fort Street in Barling, across from Dollar General, and is on Facebook, where you can check out their work.
The Polaris Slingshot isn't just a ride, it's an experience. Come see it yourself at Wheeler Power Sports in Fort Smith. Call or text 479-783-5822 or visit WheelerPowersports.com. Ask about potential special financing promos available for a limited time, and ask about the 10th anniversary Slingshot available in limited supplies. Polaris Slingshot, where the ride is the destination. Wheeler Power Sports, keeping the good times rolling since 1967. In downtown Fort Smith.
APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group has immediate openings in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you're a licensed CDL driver, heavy equipment operator, electrician, diesel mechanic, have paving or concrete labor experience, or experience in a quarry, apply today at jobs.crh.com. APAC offers top pay, a sign-on bonus, benefits including insurance, retirement, and profit sharing. Apply online today at jobs.crh.com. APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
At Dobson Fiber, we're helping you build stronger connections by bringing the fastest internet network available to your business. Why fiber? Fiber internet provides reliable, symmetrical, blazing speeds. Without any interruptions or buffering, you can rely on Dobson for all your data needs. With Dobson Fiber as your premium internet provider, you can focus on the things that matter and the connections you build. To see if fiber is available to you, visit Dobson.net. Dobson Fiber, building stronger connections.
The Crane Automotive Team has 16 locations across Arkansas and is home to the Crane Commitment. You'll find Ford, Chevy, Buick, GMC, Hyundai, Kia, Volkswagen, and access to thousands of pre-owned vehicles. Vehicles for every lifestyle and every budget. Even if you're not in the market for a vehicle, the Crane Team Service Centers offer the latest in vehicle diagnostic technology and certified technicians to take care of your vehicle and get you back on the road. Check them out at craneteam.com. The Ruskin and Zach studios are driven by the Crane Automotive team.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, lots of sunshine. A high this afternoon will be in the low to mid 80s. We're going to stay nice and quiet tonight with a mainly clear sky, upper 50s. Wednesday, sunshine, a high in the lower 80s, and Thursday back to near 85 degrees. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Forest Grain Incorporated, committed to setting the standard of excellence since 1936. KERX Paris Fort Smith. You're listening to ESPN 95.3.
Touchdown, Arkansas! How did he get that wide open?
Hey, come here. Come here. What's the problem? Get off the field, Dad. Why can't you hold on the football?
Gonna throw it here out in space on the screen to Jalen Brown, and he's wrapped up, fumble the ball, and it's recovered by Ole Miss.
So hard about holding on to it. I'm sorry. Joe, you're exactly right. The ball is punched out. There's no knee on the ground, no elbow yet. That's a fumble recovered by Memphis. All you got to do is hold on to the football. You can't do it. Tell me why you can't do it. Just tell me.
Green under pressure and lost the football. It's on the turf. Who's got it? Tennessee has it.
I'll try better next time. Come on. Hey. Walk away from me. Just walk away from me when I'm talking to you. You hear me?
Little option game to Russell. He's got some running room. He's inside the 15-yard line. Loose football. Tennessee says they have it. Arion Carter comes up with a loose football.
Tell me why you can't hold on to the ball. Come on. Okay. Embarrassing me out here.
From the Bushlight Studios. With Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft. And produced by Colton Little. This is The Morning Rush.
I think Arkansas fans asking that same question that Tim McGraw was asking in Friday Night Lights. Why can't you hold on to the football?
Embarrassing me out here.
Embarrassing at me out here. 128th in lost fumbles this season. They've got 8 on the year. Basically, they're averaging a fumble lost a game through 6 of them. Texas A&M, meanwhile, is top 10 in that category. They haven't lost a fumble all year. They're ranked with a bunch of other teams that haven't lost one. They've fumbled the ball twice. Now they have an issue heading into this football game with Le'Veon Moss looking like he's not going to play. We'll get an update on the injury report Wednesday night, but according to some, it might be a season ender for the Texas A&M star running back. Now, unfortunately for the Razorbacks, they've got Reuben Owens kind of waiting in the wings, who's a really good player, and kind of like Notre Dame, they have a 2-headed monster. Now looks like you're only gonna have to face one of those guys. But we'll see if turnovers play a key factor in this upcoming game against Arkansas on Saturday. A&M comes in undefeated, number 4 team in the country. Hopefully Arkansas can knock them out. Kind of like our question earlier, you've got a couple undefeated SEC-only teams like Alabama, like Texas A&M and Ole Miss. Good question we asked earlier is which one gets knocked off. Tommy, hopefully all 3 of them this weekend.
Well, it'd make the league a little more entertaining.
Yeah, it would.
And it also mean that Arkansas got to win. I guess first and foremost, that would mean Arkansas got to win.
Most important.
Secondly, it'd make the league, a little more entertaining, but probably be better news for the Big Ten if that happened as well. So, all right, we'll talk to Tom coming up in just a second. If you're looking for a place to watch the game and you're not going on Saturday, Joe's Grill and Cantina will be ready. Half-price apps and cheap taps all during the game. Wear your Hog gear, put your hat on, put your T-shirt on. Gather with other Hog fans for Arkansas and A&M at Joe's Grill and Cantina. Mexican pizza, 7-layer dip. All their quesos and all the appetizers, the mini taquitos. Love those. All on part of this special. Half-price apps, cheap taps, all during the game Saturday beginning at 2:30. Joe's Grill and Cantina, 3400 South 74th Street, across from Harps.
We got something called beef, B-E-E-F.
This hour of the Morning Rush is presented by the Arkansas Beef Council. Beef, it's what's for dinner.
Once again, beef.
Yeah, you just asked me that question, really?
I'll ask the same question that we were just talking about with Le'Veon Moss and the impact him not playing in this game. Tom Murphy, Whole Hog Sports, Arkansas Democrat Gazette, joins us every Tuesday around this time. Tom, I don't think Coach Petrino was asked of this yesterday in the press conference, but definitely will be in the SEC teleconference on Wednesday. What kind of impact is that going to have on this game Saturday if one of the best running backs, if not the best running back in the SEC, can't suit up for the Aggies?
Well, morning, guys. Actually, I was just pondering that same question myself and what I'm working on. The truth of it is A&M goes about 5 deep at running back. I mean, Elko, we even talked about it. And I also don't think it's a season ender. I mean, it could be. Elko said it was it's an ankle and it's a significant amount of time. So I don't know if they know whether it's just a severe sprain or just what. They're going to go get him looked at. But anyway, behind Owens, they've got a guy named Morrow. They've got a bunch of good running backs. And Elko was talking about last week. One of them converted a 3rd and short, and another one converted another 3rd. This is the 4th-team guy, and then he was in on a key drive late in the game. So even though I really respect Moss's ability, I mean, he had a 100-yard game against Arkansas last year. I don't think they're going to fall off a ton with Owens and the guys behind him.
I know Marcel Reed wasn't asked to do a ton last season as young quarterback, but he's taken on a more advanced role, and especially if Moss can't go this weekend. You mentioned the backfield that they have, so they'll be able to spread it out. But how much better of a quarterback is he in 25 than he was last year, kind of like Talon?
Well, it's hard for me to put a measure on it, but I think he's better. I mean, the more you play, the better you can read defenses and, adjust to situations and all that kind of stuff. But, it's interesting. My recall of the game last year, I knew it was 21-17. It wasn't it was a defensive slugfest, but I didn't realize Arkansas outgained them. I think it was 379 to 290 something. So they held A&M to 290 yards, and Moss got 117 of that or so on the ground, and Reed passed for 100 something. So Arkansas really held them down in the first half. So they had a good game plan. Now, I think, Arkansas is more vulnerable on defense this year, and, we're going to see what A&M does. But they turned a hitch route. Arkansas scored first on the long touchdown to Tesla, and then A&M got the next touchdown on just a simple hitch route that I think an Arkansas cornerback slipped on, and the guy turned it into a 58-yard score. But it was really a story of the turnovers that cost them. They hit they got a blindside hit on Talon down on about the 10 and converted that into a touchdown. And then Arkansas was driving late in the game and got a stack, and I can't remember, it wound up being a turnover. But the way I remember Talon being on the run against them last year was similar to the third quarter last week against Tennessee, where it felt like every snap he was getting instant pressure.
Tom Murphy with us, brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council. This game's in Fayetteville, which is somewhat of a new twist for this series, which has been played in Dallas. A&M hasn't been here since the Johnny Manziel days when they first joined the league. Arkansas hasn't necessarily played well in conference games at home. How big of an edge is it for Arkansas to have this game under Bobby Petrino finally back in their house with this series?
Well, I mean, it's certainly better, but you make a good point. It's just incredible. I don't know what you call them. In baseball, it would be the splits, but the splits for Arkansas's home and away. Their last 9 road losses have been one-score games, and that dates back to late in the 22 season. One score. It's incredible. All these games like Oklahoma State, the games in 23 when Arkansas had a bad year, it was in succession. The game at LSU, one-score loss. Alabama, one-score. Ole Miss, they were all one-score losses. The same with the Tennessee game and the Ole Miss game this year. Incredible. But then they've come back home. LSU smoked them last year. Missouri has beaten them badly in previous years. And Texas won by 10. So it's kind of strange, but I think with Bobby Petrino, we saw a concerted effort, a more competitive game, and I think they're going to give the Aggies a competitive game. So having them at home is an edge. They just got to utilize it. I mean, Notre Dame took the crowd out, second quarter? Midway through the second quarter, they had taken the crowd out, and so they've got to keep the crowd in this one.
Physically took them out at halftime. When you look at the game last week, 5 sacks on Talon Green. Offensive line is, in most people's opinion, I believe, is has played better and met expectations. That number's not good. And now you've got a team with A&M that feasts on sacks, feasts on tackles for loss. How does that matchup go in your opinion this week? Because I think in my opinion, that's the crux of this game.
Well, it could be, and they really do feast on the sacks, and that's what I was talking about a minute ago when I recall that game last year, how much Taylor was just on the move. They never let him be comfortable in the pocket in that game. And so I think the same thing is going to apply. They'll see the tape. They'll see the pressures that Tennessee brought, made him uncomfortable, and try to come with the same. Now, Bobby Petrino explained that there were some breakdowns in protect. Like, they didn't have any pre-snap false starts or anything against Tennessee, but they did have some communication problems that led to the missed assignments on some of the pressures. And hopefully they can diminish that in this game. But A&M is certainly going to try to do the same thing, have him on the run a lot, trying to make decisions. And when Talon, especially when he was going left and had to, pivot back across his body to draw back the throw, led to 2 of those lost fumbles. So I think it's a huge part that Arkansas is able to protect. I think Arkansas has just got to maximize its quick passing game. And you saw that's why Sharp had a decent game last week. He led the team in receiving. Those quicker throws, those just quick little turnarounds that are 5, 6, 7 yard gains sometimes. You've got to be able to maximize those to try to alleviate some of the pressure as the game goes along.
How effective is Mike Washington and Braylon Russell in the pass protection? I mean, I still, when you just watch the game, I still think that's an area there's some room for improvement, particularly with Russell. How good of pass protectors are the running backs at Arkansas?
Well, we know that Washington had a pretty substantial whiff, and I can't remember what game it was, but early on he had a whiff that was costly. I think it took him out of field goal range in the game because of a sack. But Russell's the more physical of the two, obviously, but both of them are certainly capable at 228 for Washington and 240-something for Russell to be able to handle a blitzing linebacker or a safety. Taking on an end, a different situation. But it's just a matter of matching it up and holding a guy off for 1 second. I mean, getting in his way sometimes is a difference between your quarterback getting hit and then Taylor having time to deliver a pass.
Tom Murphy with this Whole Hog Sports Arkansas Democrat Gazette. Tom, I can't remember if it was you that asked him this yesterday, but like the balance of coaching and also being determined whether you're going to be the future head coach or not. He said he hadn't spent too much time on it, but do you think do you think he's thinking about that in the midst of these next few weeks about, hey, I got to do this in order to be retained as the head coach at Arkansas?
Well, it wasn't me who asked it, but I don't think it goes into a coach's daily calculations. I think they understand. I mean, I'm speaking generally, but if you're talking about Bobby Petrino in this instance, he understands if they don't go 4-3, or maybe I guess it would be now 4-2 now. But if they don't go 4-2 or 3-3 down the stretch, then there's probably no chance. And then to really be considered, I think you have to get bowl eligible and maybe even go 5-1. How are they going to do that? They got to beat A&M, Auburn, and Mississippi State in succession. So maybe it's in the back of your mind. If I want the head coaching job? And if I do, and want to be permanent, they've got to win games. And I don't really think that goes into calculation. I think we need to be a more competitive team, and we need to try to win games. And they put forth a great effort last week at Tennessee. The third quarter was just super costly, and the turnovers.
We were talking in the last hour about the Penn State job and James Franklin being let go. In your opinion, that's a better job than Arkansas. It just is. But what kind of domino effect could that have on coaching opportunities and also potentially with the Auburn and Florida job coming up? Well, how does that affect Arkansas, Tom?
It all plays into it. But with Arkansas, I'm not going to say it's a niche job because to me it is attractive. It's just I think the perception of it now is that it's a hard place to win, and I think we all understand that. That's why, in the Chad Morris era winding down, they had trouble attracting a big time candidate, and even though they talked to Lane Kiffin and Eli, the job was not appealing. I think it's a little bit more appealing now. I think they're going to play it up, the Arkansas officials, as we are going to spend on the level to give our coaches a chance. But I would think Franklin would be very attractive to Arkansas because of what he did at Vanderbilt. He built up an SEC program into a contender. So he would have – I don't know if it would be appealing to him because he's going to have a lot of buyout money coming. But to me, it does play into the calculus.
Let's go back to something you said there, because Hunter Yurchek came out of the last Board of Trustees meeting with, somewhat of a vote of confidence in the funding you just mentioned, that, hey, we're going to spend what we need to – we're going to support the coach to spend what we need to spend to be competitive. So my question is, where does that money come from? Because unless there's a shift with student fees and that generates some significant cash, or the state's going to fund part of the athletic department, which has never been done. It's always been self-sufficient. Where is this money they're talking about they're going to support football with coming from?
Well, I mean, that is the $1 million question, and we can call it a $20 million question,
right?
I guess. So, but I just think they've got to get more of a grassroots thing going with donors. I think Ole Miss enlisted the aid early on in NIL of a lower funding, but like, hey, can you give 1,000 a month or something? And this isn't to your huge corporate executive. This is to people who just make a comfortable living, who might have that discretionary money available. And I think they've got to tap into more of that across the state. I actually talked to a well-heeled backer, foundation member in the airport on the way back from Tennessee, and talked about how that's crucial for Arkansas to get more of lesser money, but more of them to help boost that. And to me, it's what Hunter Yurchek and the fundraisers at Arkansas have got to do in the coming months.
Tom, we'll leave it there, man. Good stuff. We'll talk more about this A&M matchup on Thursday, okay?
Will do. See ya.
All right, Tom Murphy with us. It's brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council. On a cattle ranch, calves aren't only raised by their mothers, they're raised by a community of farmers, ranchers, and veterinarians committed to giving them the healthiest, most comfortable life possible. Because for cattle farmers, ranchers, and the moms of those baby calves, animal welfare is the top priority. Together, we bring more beef. It's What's for Dinner. This funded by the Farmers and Ranchers of Arkansas. And courtesy of beef, it's whatsfordinner.com.
It did our debut of Talk of the Town last week. Colton's going to ask us questions. We've got to try and answer them with different cities across Arkansas, and then we get to make a rule for one of us to win it. Couple of things before we get into Colton's. So the Talk of Town Mountain Home is Bart with the golf and where he is right now. Talk of Town.
Danny break 90.
Mm-hmm. Talking to the town in Fayetteville is, of course, this game this weekend with A&M coming back for the first time, as you said earlier, since 2013 when Johnny Manziel was here. That's my freshman year. It's been a while. And then I heard Derek and Zach mentioned this yesterday. I hadn't realized that War Eagle is also this weekend.
Yep.
In
I think it
Rogers.
starts Thursday.
That was my mom's favorite event. I was talking to my grandmother about this. She loved that event so much each and every year. I remember as a kid, used to go to that and whatnot. But I kind of agree with him. Why would you have that? Why wouldn't you have it last weekend or a weekend that's a bye? Like, what is the rationale?
I think they have a pretty normal date they stick to in October.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well,
I don't think a lot of the crowd that goes to War Eagles choosing between Razorback football and War Eagle.
In that game. Yeah. I feel like that maybe we timed it up the weekend we'd come up for Rogers and we'd go to the game. It's been a while since I've been out to that. All right, let's get into our Talk of the Town here on a Tuesday.
Hang on, let me get my seatbelt on here.
I love this town.
I love the weather.
And the word around town says,
I love this place.
It's a very small town.
Wonder what's really going on in your neck of the woods? It's time for Talk of the Town Tuesday on the Morning Rush. Here's Colton Little with today's top stories.
All righty. We're competing here this morning, fellas, to see who wants to be the mayor of the Morning Rush. Every good town needs a leader, and here on the Morning Rush, we have established rules, we have established leaders, but we really want to get these set into stone. I have scoured the internet, scoured every resource I could find to find most important stories surrounding the state today. Let's go up north, up the interstate to Bentonville. Let's talk a little basketball. I mean, after the way the season started, fellas, it is basketball season after all. And let's talk about Bud Walton. Not really Bud Walton Arena, but Bud Walton himself. His former home at 606 East Central Avenue is now being opened to the public. The 2,900 square foot home will be renovated and restored as part of a project to turn it into a botanical garden. Going to include a tea shop, public restrooms, and office space for the foundation staff. It will also feature displays that honor Arkansas's heritage, flowers and all types of different things. Speaking of which, what is the Arkansas state flower? We'll start with Ty Richardson. Is it the magnolia, the apple blossom, or the honeysuckle?
Apple blossom?
I'll go magnolia.
Ty gets the first one. It is the apple blossom. Apple blossom.
No confidence in that.
Magnolia State is Mississippi, but I thought it was magnolia.
No, it is the apple
All right.
blossom. Fellas, let's talk a little bit about Cougars this morning. Ty, any comment?
All right. My favorite subject.
Why are all the questions slanted towards Ty?
We want him to win the first one.
All right.
Not really Cougars, more of a mountain lion, but I'm not a member of the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission who could tell you the correct distinction between those two. But they did discover one. A motorist struck and killed a mountain lion on Arkansas Highway 84 near exit 91 of Interstate 30 in Hot Springs County this past week. It's the first mountain lion confirmed dead in the state and in the wild since February of 24, and only the third confirmed dead since 1975. Although there has been no confirmed evidence of a reproducing population, the AGFC says they have confirmed how many sightings of mountain lions in the natural state since 2010. 23, 43, or 82? Tommy, you can start first.
I'm going to go with a low number because they tell you there aren't any in our state, even though we see pictures on game cameras.
23,
I'll
42,
go with 23.
43, or 82. So Tommy goes with 23. Ty, where do you go?
I'm going to go high, 80 to 83 or whatever.
Actually, it's right in the middle.
Yeah.
43 confirmed sightings of cougars in the state of Arkansas.
More than that, let me tell you.
Well, yeah, all of them have been found. Most of them near Ty Richardson's bed. All right, fellas, last one. Who's hungry?
We both are.
All right, good. Let's talk about sewage. So, more than 1.2 million gallons of untreated sewage has unfortunately spilled into one of the rivers in our state through 56 sewer system failures. It's very unfortunate. They're looking to get it all cleaned up. But fellas, they have a lot of work to do to clean that up. But we all have a lot of work to do when we go to the bathroom. So, fellas, weighted in pounds, how much raw fecal matter does the average American produce every year? Ty, we'll start with you. A, 200 pounds, B, 350 pounds, or C, 130 pounds. This might be more if you're a specialist.
Ty, you should know. You're full of it.
Yeah.
You should know.
350?
350 is your answer? Okay. Tommy, what's yours?
What were my options?
200 pounds, 350 pounds, or 130 pounds?
I'm going to go with the middle number.
The middle number? So that's going to be 200.
Yeah.
Ty Richardson is our inaugural winner of the Morning Rush Talk of the Town. Ty, you are the mayor of the Morning Rush.
Ty knows his bleep.
You may now enact a decree which must be followed for the duration of the Morning Rush broadcast.
Right. So you were talking about broadcast instincts earlier, which I have none of.
Yes.
We
were having that visit during the break.
Here is something that Phil always irritates Phil is fillers. Yours is so, mine is ite. I say ite. All right, I say all right, and I move on. You say so a lot.
Right.
So anytime that you say so for the rest of the show, and anytime I say all right, we have to stand up and do 10 jumping jacks. We have to stop with whatever we're saying, and we have to stand up and do it because we need to.
You fellas are going to lose some weight
It's
today.
kind of like the fumbles. We're trying to get rid of Arkansas fumbling the football. We're trying to get rid of our fillers. So that is the.
You both just did your own. He just did all right, and you just did so. That should count for something.
I didn't do mine.
You didn't. You did each other's. You don't have to do it. But I thought that was interesting.
Well, you don't even know your own rule.
I thought you said we did it.
You did.
You
his
can't
and
say
he did
so.
yours.
I can't say all right. The rest
You
of the
just
show,
did.
or as of now, as of 10:23,
As of
now.
Okay.
Can't do it the rest of the show, or we have to do 10. Stop what we're doing and do 10 jumping jacks.
This is great. This is good. This is going to be really good for you guys.
We are getting exercise.
This floor
out
very
of it.
sturdy underneath.
We are getting exercise out of the Talk of the Town Tuesday.
All right.
I like Tommy's odds to win next week. By the way, Colton does not tell me these. These are not anywhere on the rundown that I have. Just want to make that abundantly clear so people don't assume I'm cheating.
Maybe next week I can ask some business questions to Tommy.
Fecal matter. That is I did not think that was going to be said today.
A million gallons. A million gallons.
I knows his bleep.
I know my bleep.
Yeah. All right, Talk of the Town, brought to you by Oakland Sports. Football is back. If you're looking to wager on NFL games, we had 2 last night, or if you're looking for college football this weekend, it's all there with Oakland Sports. Download the app now in the Apple app or Google Play Store. New customers earn up to $1,000 in bonus bets. Once you deposit, you're automatically enrolled in the promotion, and you'll receive a second chance on your first bet each of your first 10 days for up to $100 in bonus bets per day. 10% profit boost for new and existing customers on 3-leg parlays and same-game parlays. You can earn a profit boost of up to 10%. Plus, adding money to your account, withdrawing, funding it has never been easier than it is now with Oaklawn Sports. Bet with the brand you trust anywhere in Arkansas. Bet with Arkansas's best sports betting app. Bet with Oaklawn Sports.
When we return, we're going to get into our SEC update here on a Talking to the Town Tuesday. Also going to take your calls here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. All that is next.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963.
This one's for the flavor fanatics. Sour Apple 5-Hour Energy Shots don't mess around. They bring the bite. Tart, tangy, and packed with tasty caffeine, this little 2-ounce bottle punches above its weight. With 0 sugar and as much caffeine as a 12-ounce premium cup of coffee, it's the kind of pick-me-up that keeps your taste buds happy without the crash. And it doesn't stop at Sour Apple. There are 17 bold flavors waiting for you to discover. Pick one up in store or stock up online at 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon today.
New drink is it's grapefruit tequila, because tequila is the healthier drinks, and I'm trying to get back in shape.
This is the Morning Rush.
Up to $11,000 off on select GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $11,000 off, or take 4.9% for up to 84 months. Lease the all-new 2025 GMC Hummer and go 0 to 60 in under 3.9 seconds for as low as $9.99 a month. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Freshen up your golf game at the Golf Nut. We've got the latest apparel and head covers from Pins and Aces, plus new shirts and shorts from Red Vanley. Ghost golf bags are here in Sunday bag, carry, and card 14 styles. Zero torque putters are the hottest thing on the greens. Check out our models from TaylorMade, Lab Golf, and Odyssey. For precision on every shot, we've got rangefinders from Blue Tees and Bushnell. Visit the Golf Nut, 5121 Towson Avenue in Fort Smith. Fort Smith's #1 golf shop since 1994.
Top CDL Academy is a licensed Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration that provides the federal required training to obtain both Class A and Class B CDL licenses. Our program provides assistance with employment after graduation. We have finance and grant options available. Students straight out of class have started new careers, earning $70,000 to $140,000 per year, and training is provided for all 50 states. Call today, 479-632-1050. COP CDL Academy.
Looking for a career with a company built to last? At Forsgren, we've been shaping the future of the River Valley since 1936. Nearly 90 years of excellence, innovation, and family-driven leadership. From sidewalks that still stand today to major infrastructure projects across the region, our legacy is built on quality and community. Apply now at goforsgren.com. Join the Forsgren legacy, where your work becomes part of something lasting. Forsgren, building the foundation of the River Valley for 4 generations. Apply now at goforsgren.com.
On fall Saturdays in the natural state, Arkansans stand together as one inside Razorback Stadium. You can experience tailgating, the hog walk, running through the A, and much more at Razorback Stadium as the Hogs take on SEC rivals Auburn on October 25th and Mississippi State on November 1st. Secure your tickets now for these key conference matchups at ArkansasRazorbacks.com.
Hey drivers, got a reefer on the fritz or a trailer that needs some TLC? Roll into High Tech Truck Refrigeration Service in Van Buren, your one-stop, full-service, semi-truck and trailer repair facility, proudly serving you for over 30 years. At High Tech Truck, they do it all: DOTs, preventative maintenance, structural repairs, and expert reefer service. Fast, reliable, and driver approved. Call High Tech Truck today at 479-474-2220. Keep your wheels and your freight moving. High Tech Truck, proud sponsors of Arkansas football.
The Polaris Slingshot isn't just a ride, it's an experience. Come see it yourself at Wheeler Power Sports in Fort Smith. Call or text 479-783-5822 or visit WheelerPowersports.com. Ask about potential special financing promos available for a limited time, and ask about the 10th anniversary Slingshot available in limited supplies. Polaris Slingshot, where the ride is the destination. Wheeler Power Sports, keeping the good times rolling since 1967 in downtown Fort Smith.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
The SEC is the best conference in America.
The tough will survive in this game, and I feel like the SEC is the toughest.
Arkansas is the SEC champion.
You know, every game is a dogfight. About the tough there is.
Week in and week out, you're going to play some of the best, the biggest, the fastest.
The Hawks have finally it's the first SEC tournament championship for Arkansas.
Where opponents' dreams come to die.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush.
Hugh, any update on the status of Damari Alston? There's been some kind of smoke out there.
Yeah, Damari failed to meet the expectations and standards of our program, and we love him, wish him the best, but that's where it's at.
That was Auburn head coach Hugh Freeze talking about former starting running back that got injured, Damari Alston, who's played in 4 games this season. The smoke that reporter was wondering about is whether he'd been kicked off the team or asked to redshirt. And Tommy, evidently, he's not going to be playing for Auburn football, even if he comes back from injury at some point this year. It's not going well on the Plains right now. Auburn has Missouri in this week, and we were asking, hey, who's going to be the first over team in the SEC to get a win? And I'm curious if Missouri is able to escape Auburn with another.
Well, and if you look at Kentucky, Arkansas, Mississippi State, and Auburn, I think you would say Auburn is the best of those 4 teams. So that
I would
your
say
answer your answer makes sense.
Defensively, they're really good. Offense has just been abysmal under Hugh Freeze. I don't know why that he hasn't been able to figure it out, considering he was such an offensive genius at Ole Miss. Le'Veon Moss doesn't sound like he's going to play on Saturday, Tommy. I know you got a lot to deal with Marcel Reed and the rest of the backfield that Tom was talking about, but not having to deal with Texas A&M star running back is at least, listen, you never root for injuries, but you deal with them, and sounds like Arkansas doesn't have to deal with this guy on Saturday.
But as Tom said earlier, it's not like they are void of talent in that backfield,
No.
so don't expect a huge drop-off with A&M when it comes to running the ball.
Keeping the injury conversation going, Arkansas's got a couple guys that will be out for this upcoming game, including David Oki and Andreas Poschka. He had season-ending surgery, so bum about that. Also saw that Nussmeier sprained his ankle. Razorbacks play them later on this season, November the 15th. So I don't know, he should be healthy by then, but they've dealt with some injuries in Baton Rouge, particularly with their quarterback, it seems like.
Did you see Kirby Smart's comments yesterday in his press conference?
Did he lie again?
He just stuck with his story.
He doubled down.
Said he's heard from no one at the league office. That's disappointing. Hope he has, and he's lying to us. But he doubled down on the fact that he said they were clapping, which trying to simulate
and
the start
I watched
of a
the
snap.
play. It didn't look like that Auburn was clapping.
He's lying.
Doesn't really have a lot. But he's a multiple national championship winning head coach. He's beloved in Georgia. Do you think reporters down there are going to question him and grill him on something like that?
Well, I do believe the officiating staff has probably been given a directive. If you're put in that position again, it's either a timeout or a delay a game. Which one you want, Coach?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the part that should have been adjudicated one way or the other.
I agree.
He got away with one.
Nope, I agree. Speaking of the league office, they released yesterday from the media, Razorbacks are picked 5th in the SEC. Florida is number 1. You've got several other teams in front of them. 14th in the AP poll. And then you've got Carter Knox and DJ Wagner listed as 13 in the SEC. John Rothstein thinks Arkansas should be better this year.
And the thing that really stood out to me, which was shocking, was that Arkansas was picked 5th. Florida, Kentucky, Tennessee, and Alabama were picked ahead of Arkansas. This is my rationale right now. Arkansas returns the highest percentage of returning scoring among SEC teams from last season. Arkansas also brings in 4 players who are expected to have major impacts in the rotation.
Talking about Malik Thomas, Darius Acuff, Duke, and Nick Pringle, and Malik Ewan. And I don't think he necessarily factored in Isaiah Sealy, but Sealy had a really good scrimmage, Tommy. I think he hit a couple threes, had 14 points, I think 5 boards. So maybe you've got something there, in-state kid that I know a lot of Northwest Arkansas has seen, but someone else to factor in. But curious to, again, it's preseason prediction. We saw they were ranked 3rd last year, didn't end up anywhere near that. But I think you and I kind of feel like they might finish better than 5th this year.
I like being picked in the middle of the pack. Rankings don't matter in college basketball. There will be a tournament at the end of the year, and they will allow those teams to play out, and it won't be based on polls. So maybe it's motivational for this team. I'm very interested to see how they get out of the gate, because I've been told this is a team that does not have a lot of holes. So I'm looking. They've got every piece of the puzzle, I'm told.
I can't refute that in any way, shape, or form. I haven't really watched them outside of just the video I've seen of them. Can't really refute that. I hope you're right. I want to be in Indianapolis next April.
That is your SEC update. It is brought to you by the Fence Man, 782-3936. All types of residential, commercial, and industrial fencing, whether it's a wood privacy fence, chain link fence, vinyl fencing, or the all-new aluminum fencing, they can create a great look for your home. And when it comes to powered automatic gates, controlled access gates, they can do that as well. 782-3936, 479-782-3936. The Fence Man, he ain't afraid of no work. Do we have the Augusta national team on the soundboard there still?
No.
Nope. I was hoping we had a little music. Update from Big Creek Country Club. And I don't know what they've been doing since they got off the air at 9, but Bart has only played 1 hole. Just got an update from Bo. 1 hole as of 10:30. The first hole at Big Creek. You remember the hole? Gentle rising, straight par 4, bunker on the left, trees, narrow shoot to the green that's got a lot of slope back to front.
He double it.
6 over.
1 over par through 1 hole.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. So on the bogey train, which is going to get you close.
Yeah, it's going to get you close. It still doesn't break.
Hopefully he stayed out of the water on number 2.
It's a par 72, right?
71 or 2. I can't remember, but I think it's a par 71.
If it's a par 71, then bogey golf gets you breaking 90.
Yeah, it'll be 89.
18,
yeah, 89. So, Bart, 1 over through 1. We will see how he progresses throughout the day. So that is your update from Big Creek Country Club.
Props for him to try, and I don't think I could do that. I'm only broken 94 times. I don't think I would be able to do that. Brent's in Searcy this morning here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Brent, good morning.
Good morning, guys. I got several things to say. Tommy, did I hear right that you said you think Auburn's better than Arkansas?
Yes.
Correct. Tommy.
Correct.
You are way out in left field, my man.
Tell me why.
I love your opinion.
Tell me why.
Tell you why?
Yeah.
We got a better head coach.
Well, we fired one of them, so I guess you're talking about Bobby.
Yes, we got a better head coach.
Well, how many downs is he going to take? How many snaps is he going to take?
Pittman was 2-1 against Hugh Freeze. Just a note. Or 2-0.
I know this. They've looked better against teams like Georgia. You know, I know they end up getting beat, 20-10, but should have been up 17-0. They look good against Oklahoma. Teams that I would consider in the upper half of the league, they played competitive. Now, Arkansas's done some of the same. Ole Miss on the road. I hope you're right and I'm wrong, but just the eye test in their defense versus our defense, I think our offense is a little better, but I think their defense is so much better than Arkansas's defense. That's the clear edge to me.
Well, we'll see about that. You and I can agree to disagree on that. We'll see in a couple weeks.
You'd have to agree with me, Brent, that their defense is a world better than ours.
It's not even close.
Oh, there's no doubt.
So do you think our offense is two worlds better than Auburn's offense?
I mean, their offense sucks.
Yes.
Their offense is awful.
I'm basing a lot of my opinion on Auburn's defense.
Okay, I can live with that. I can live with that. And another thing I want to say about the officiating Saturday night in the Auburn Georgia game, I got to see a little bit of it in Knoxville. I want to tell you, we pride ourselves on being the best there is in college football. Greg Sankey's got to do something about our officiating crews. There's something that's got to be done.
You mad about the time? What are you mad about?
Hire Tommy's crew, Greg.
I'm just disappointed in the whole refereeing in the SEC as a whole. Nothing particularly towards the Razorbacks, just how shoddy the officiating's been in the SEC this year.
Yeah, I mean, are you talking about the timeout with Kirby Smart? Are you the worst play?
The Oklahoma
was in the Oklahoma game on the hideout play that went undetected. That should not happen with 8 guys on the field.
Yes, that was the most egregious thing I've ever seen.
Ever?
Ever.
So who has good officials in college football?
That's a great question.
That is a great question. There are none. There are none, and that's a shame because officials should not determine the game.
I agree with that.
Brent, thanks for the call, buddy. Always good to hear from you. That's a fair question you asked.
Everybody thinks the Southeastern Conference officials stink, so whose are good?
Big Sky.
Big Sky.
The Big Sky officials. All right.
Brian's in Ozark. I'm sure this call will be enlightening. Brian, good morning. Brian was in Ozark, or maybe he still is in Ozark. Brian, you there?
Burner phone ran out of money.
Yeah.
Best call Brian's ever made into the program right there.
Brent was talking about Knoxville for a sec, and I realized that game kind of went into the night. Not kind of went in. It did go into night. Started 4:15 Eastern time. Tommy, I'm amazed. Now, this team is on campus for over a month. They got back Saturday night, October the 11th, and they're going to be leaving November the 14th. So you're on campus for over a month. There's a bye week between the last game against Mississippi State at home before LSU. So a chance to hopefully get some steam going and get some things working in the right direction.
Maybe. Haven't played particularly great at home.
No, they have not. But different coach, different vibes, hopefully. At least that's what I'm clinging to. And I know a lot of it has to do with the lack of night games. And I know a lot of it has to do with a bad football team in a good chunk of these. I'm just amazed the different level of game day atmospheres in the stadium, the extracurricular stuff that different SEC venues put on comparatively to Arkansas. And maybe that wouldn't stand out to me as much if the football team was a lot better. But even like at the end of third downs, like having a music or having a buzzer or something that immediately plays, or is
snapping your fingers going to fix it?
No, I don't understand why we're so behind with the light display, which
should be banned, by the way.
You think so?
I hate the lights
in third quarter heading into fourth to get fans excited.
That's an old man take. That's
no,
not good.
Because when you're watching on TV, it just, I hate it.
Okay.
I hate it.
I know it's been a while since BYU's the last road game you've been to, but do you notice when you watch on television, maybe it's a little bit harder, how behind we are in in-game stuff versus other SEC opponents? Because it is profound when I go on these strips. There is a wide gap. And again, maybe I'm making too much out of that just because the team's not that good relative to some of these teams they play against. But we've got to be able to compete in certain things, and if the team,
that's
fans
not
are showing
what's
up.
Holding us back.
I know, but it's just there. And I asked 5 other meeting members there, and I was like, "Do you guys notice this, or is this just me? Am I making it?" It's like, "No, you're right. You're right." I guess you don't give a crap.
Well, no, I think listen, I see it on Friday nights. Some schools put on a better show than others.
Yeah,
some have the music sounders and the things leading in. to the next play and stingers and things that we, industry terms here, that they use to hype up the crowd.
Your favorite term, hype.
I don't think we do that as well as maybe others, but I don't believe it creates this competitive edge you believe it's going to. I don't believe it. Man, if we could only just get the music right in between third and fourth quarter,
It's not about
we would win the game.
It's not about the competitive edge. I mean, it might be for tie, but for me, it's about the experience
There
for the
you
fans.
go.
It's about
Yeah.
how much you enjoy watching
if the
the
team
game.
would play better, I would be in the stands in the third quarter.
Absolutely, but you
Not
could also
leaving
keep
half.
them there with a lot more better experience.
Text from Tommy. At the
I'm not going to stay.
Text-
Well, I've got to, do the sing along between the third and fourth quarter.
Let me
We're
see.
down 56-3, but I'm hanging out for that.
Let me see. I'm going to go back to the
Almighty.
the text I received to you during the Notre Dame game was one of the funniest texts I've ever read during the course of I don't know if I still have it, but it was that was one of the funniest texts.
Probably
I think
not fit for air.
No, I don't think you cursed in it, but it was one of the more entertaining texts I've ever received to you about this team and the lack of effort. We're out of here. We're done.
And I was, parking lot trot.
No, you did. There was an expletive
Yeah.
in there. Never mind. That's not fit for air.
Hey, if y'all voted for Dirks High School, if y'all got on, you do that
yes.
every day. Need to help. I was just looking here. They're up 50,000 votes, but we got 10 more days. We can't let these clowns in Oregon beat them. Lebanon High School in Oregon. Cannot let this happen. They're flying the flag for our state. Dirks High School. Go to FridayNight5GLights.com. You can vote once a day, every day. Right now, they are 50,000 votes ahead of the next closest school. If you vote and they win, they get $1 million for their stadium. How cool would that be for small town high school football in our state? Plus, they get a weight room makeover from Grant Fitness. They get to take like 24 people to the SEC championship game. And they're going to bribe you to vote, because if you'll do that and send a screenshot to outlawcontest@gmail.com, you'll be entered for a raffle to win a beach getaway to Gulf Shores. That's FridayNight5GLights.com. Let's help Dirks. What are they, the Outlaws?
The Outlaws.
The Outlaws. Let's help the Outlaws win this $1 million to put in to their stadium. That'd
That's
be really
my former
cool.
football coach right there, Coach Paul Ernest. So shout out to him and the
All
Dirks
right.
Outlaws. Let's
there
get
you
it
go.
going.
So it'd be cool for them to get that $1 million towards a game-changing home field upgrade. I don't know if they have turf. That'd go a long ways to putting turf on their field as well. All right, FridayNight5GLights.com. Hey, real quick, Gaston's White River Resort. I was talking to our buddy Dale, who works here with us. He went up over the weekend, fished at Gaston's, had a fabulous time, caught on a half-day trip, caught about 20 apiece, him and his wife. And saw some of the pictures, nice-looking fish. I've been seeing a lot of big browns and trophy rainbows just on their Facebook page. Search it out, GastonsWhiteRiverResort.com. Gaston's White River Resort on Facebook, and you'll see those pictures I'm talking about. Call 870-431-5202 and make your reservation. Gaston's White River Resort, a first-class time, every time.
Text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963. Lewis Automotive Group, home of the Lewis Guarantee.
How could I possibly be expected to handle work on a day like this? Take a day off and check out the certified pre-owned rides at Rath Auto Resources. All this month, take advantage of huge discounts on our road-ready certified pre-owned vehicles, inspected, reconditioned, and backed by a comprehensive warranty. So choice. I highly recommend picking one up. Life moves pretty fast, so stop and look around at Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, rathautofortsmith.com. You're still here? The ad's over.
Artie's Original Bag is back, now with even more full-size sandwiches. Choose any two. The new spicy chicken sandwich, hot ham and cheese, hand-breaded chicken tender wrap, or charbroiled double cheeseburger. Mix and match any two. With fries and a drink, just $6.99. Why settle for junior burgers? Get big savings on full-size goodness in Hardee's Country. Download the app and join my rewards for special offers. These items only, tax not included. Price and participation may vary. See app for terms.
Poto Balloon Fest, Friday and Saturday, October 17th and 18th. Oklahoma's longest running balloon festival. Balloon, monster truck, helicopter, and carnival rides. Balloon glows each night. ACBS competition. Fireworks, food trucks, craft vendors. Poto's Balloon Fest. Poto Balloon Fest, Friday and Saturday, October 17th and 18th. Oklahoma's longest running balloon festival. Balloon monster truck, helicopter, and carnival rides. Balloon glows each night. ACBS competition. Fireworks, food trucks, craft vendors. Poto's Balloon Fest.
Contractors, you know the right equipment makes all the difference. That's why you choose LG HVAC systems. Innovative, efficient, and built to perform. And at J&B Supply, we're more than just a supplier. Since 1968, our family-owned business has provided HVAC and plumbing pros with the products, expert service, and hands-on training to get the job done right. Check out the buzz around LG's new game-changing equipment today. For over 50 years, HVAC and plumbing pros have trusted J&B Supply in Fort Smith, Springdale, and Bentonville. J&B Supply, where the professionals go.
Okay, fellas, listen up. We're going to run a 10-9 slant on 2. Ready?
Man, it's hot out here. I sure could use a cheer one.
This isn't the time for that, Baker.
That perfect fizz with just the right cherry kick.
Come on, we got to focus here.
He's right. Nobody does cherry like cheerwine.
I like mine with tiny ice. Love tiny ice.
Cheerwine goes great with barbecue, too.
Listen, we win and I'll buy you guys all the cheer wine you can drink. Deal?
Yeah.
Ready? Try the uniquely refreshing cherry flavor of the South. Cheerwine and Diet Cheerwine. Uniquely Southern.
The Mega Millions jackpot from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery is now more than $500 million. So, what would you do if you won?
The first thing I'd do if I became a millionaire is, call my mom.
I would buy my mother a Maserati.
I definitely would buy a jet.
Got your ticket? If not, visit your local lottery retailer for your chance to win the Mega Millions jackpot of more than $500 million. This is winning. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Arkansas Fuel Injection in Fort Smith has been providing quality work for all new and rebuilt diesel pumps and injectors for over 25 years. They are a certified diesel shop with a team of quality technicians that ensure the highest quality workmanship and warranties all their work. They are open Monday through Friday 8 to 5 and has emergency service available 24 hours a day. For all your diesel pump, fuel injection, and parts needs, stop by Arkansas Fuel Injection, 6300 South 29th Street, Fort Smith. Call them today at 1-800-817-7709. Arkansas Fuel Injection.
World-class trout fishing is the star of the show at Gaston's White River Resort, where a few days away from all the worries and stress will make all right in your world. Gaston's has friendly, experienced guides to help you land your limit. Enjoy your stay at Gaston's in one of their private cottages, or reserve a lodge for up to 20 people. Call now and let Gaston's help you plan your next getaway on the White River. 870-431-5202. That's 870-431-5202. Or learn more at Gastons.com. Gaston's, a first-class time every time.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Anybody interested in grabbing a couple burgers?
Those are good burgers, Walter.
Archer Burger. My God.
This is CJ's Trivia Tuesday, presented by CJ's Butcher Boy Burgers in Fayetteville and Russellville.
I got the shakes that'll make you quit. I got the fries that'll cross your eyes. I got the burgers that'll... burgers.
When all you do are burgers, they have to be the best.
I was talking with Keith Wilson yesterday, former Razorback baseball players in town this weekend to watch Arkansas take on Texas A&M. First time he played them in Fayetteville since 2013. But when is the last time you beat the Aggies in Fayetteville, guys? 877-377-6963. It's been a while. It's been a long time. When is the last time that you beat Texas A&M in Fayetteville? We will take a call or a text. Do you know this off the top of your head? That is incorrect. That is also incorrect. Right. Your initial two guesses.
All right.
I
gotta be close.
You're close. You're close.
And I'm gonna go 0 on the end.
Okay. It is not with the 0 on the end. Again, 877-377-6963. Got about a minute for a $25 CJ's Butcher Boy Burger trivia gift card. Well, the last time that the Arkansas Razorbacks have beaten the Texas A&M Aggies in Fayetteville, it's been a while. It's been a while since you played them prior to 2013, but the last time that you beat them in Fayetteville. On the
everybody's Googling right now.
Well, that's what I always try to balance these as best I can. All right, we're at 40 seconds, y'all. Between like a tough question, it's not 29-19. That is incorrect. It's not 2010 in Fayetteville. There, Travis, you're close. You're off by a year. Ross, you're not right. You're off by like 300 years.
Yeah.
Travis, you're off by 1 year.
1625.
Just add one or minus 2.
Everybody's trying to type fast.
Yeah, hurry. Text them in. 20 seconds. 877-377-6963. We might have to
Come on, Travis. Come on, Travis.
Text back, Travis. Hurry. No, that's not
2011.
In
No.
Fayetteville. In Fayetteville, 1988. Travis, you're the closest. We'll get you that information.
That stands out and stands strong. Call the Fence Man. 479-782-3936. Serving the Fort Smith area for over 40 years. The Fence Man builds custom